Welcome to the Tom Style Show. Thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate the support. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Today we're going to talk about this crazy news. I just saw it a couple of days ago on my YouTube homepage. The Dude Perfect $100 million theme park. I was like, wait a second, whoa, okay, I gotta see it. What's this? They did not go too deep into it, but they kind of announced they're trying to find a location for their $100 million headquarters / theme park / interactive trick shot tower and all kinds of things. I'm like, wow. Okay, so that's a straight up Disney copy paste. So from media to AdSense revenue to merchandise to brand deals to games and all these digital products, and now back to the physical world. So this is very interesting. I've been talking, I think I did a few videos on the creator economy, the evolution of it, how it's evolving, where it's going, the uncertainties around it. But with Mr. Beast and these top 10, I think the way we got to look at it is the top 10. And Dude Perfect is one of the top 10. Sometimes it's number 8, number 5, something like that. They get like 15 billion views with close to 60 million subscribers. They have been doing this. These are Texas A&M students that started in 2009. They started with the trick shots. They started with the frat style, a bunch of frat guys doing things, and from these trick shots to stereotypes to, they're just so entertaining. I myself watched them before. I still watch them at times, and and they went on road shows. They did a bunch of tours during 2019, 20, 21, and they have some tours coming up in 23. And those are all sold out and extremely successful. Kids love it, the dads love it, the young people love it, even the older people kind of like it. So they got it all. They have the fan base, and that's one of the things I was talking about in my other video, that what's the asset for a YouTuber? What's the asset for a content creator? Is that the content itself? Sure, it is. First asset is your content, right? If you're a musician, the first asset, that's the songs you're writing, that's the songs you're performing. The first asset is, the trick shots, the videos that are getting 400 or 500 million views for these guys. Some of their videos actually got like 430 million views. I was like, wait a second, what? That's crazy. Now, going into this physical world, right? So where I think it's going to be successful. I think the price tag is a little too high. $100 million if they build a headquarters, that's going to put a lot of pressure on them to bring in more brand deals, more partnerships, more advertising, more things, more pressure, more business, etc. That's going to come. But at the same time, I think it's going to be the first live experience. The things you see on TV, the things you see on social media, can you experience those yourself? I always thought, I don't know about these trick shots. I know none of the trick shots at all, but I always thought maybe I could try one out. And now you got this interactive space where, similar to Disney or Six Flags, whatever, you get to experience these trick shots in person with the family and, do all kinds of things. I think that's pretty cool. That's really good. I think it would work. Now they have to work with other investors and figure out a good strategy for a long-term financing and things like that, so that that doesn't put too much pressure. Because sometimes one thing I noticed with content creators, it's a creative mind, right? You got to come up with creative ideas. You got to come up with things, the things you're doing. You need the creativity. You need the free flow. You cannot have too much pressure of the money that, I need to bring in this much revenue. I need to have this accounting figured out. Things like that, that your creativity is going to get suppressed. Too much business management gets into the creativity is not good for you. Now, with the Dude Perfect guys, they have been doing very well. This, I think, recently they're doing some crazy stuff. This is Tyler, Toney, and then Cody Jones, the tall guy, and then they have the Coby and Cory Cotton, the twin brothers, and then they have the Garrett Hilbert. So Coby actually went to space with Jeff Bezos. That's a Blue Origin. He's an astronaut now. Yeah, that's crazy. But I think they're trying to bring everything into the physical world. We saw that with the Beast Burger, right? Mr. Beast opening burgers. He started the virtual space, virtual burger sales, and now he's opening up physical stores. This is going to put a lot of pressure on Mr. Beast because he's also doing similar things, not the trick shots, but Beast videos are all competitive. So the whole idea is it's a competition. So for Mr. Beast videos, a bunch of these people competing for the prize. For the Dude Perfect videos, they are all competing for the prize. So a lot of big celebrities are collaborating with this Dude Perfect. The thing is, one of the things I get a little worried is there was these Hacksmith Industries. These guys, James and the Hacksmith, they did a new headquarters. They started a new stuff. It put a lot of pressure. And then James went into mental health problems, and he stopped doing YouTube for some time, things like that. So it was too much pressure on James to bring in the money from the ads. So the videos had to be really expensive, and the videos needed to bring in enough revenue to do the engineering they wanted to do in the new headquarters. They did, I think they called it the Hacksmith Industries something. So I don't think Dude Perfect is going to face that kind of pressure because they're already bringing in so much revenue, but the tricks will get a lot more expensive, just like Mr. Beast, right? His videos get a lot more expensive. But this gives a very good idea for Mr. Beast because we were kind of thinking, I think in the last few years and right now, this content creator economy is a big topic. We have been flooded with the Silicon Valley technology companies, the AI, the cloud, but the cloud is controlled by the big four. Speaking of not big four, it's actually big three. The cloud, you got your Google, you got your Microsoft, and you got the Azure, and you got the AWS. So these three guys controlling the full cloud, and then OpenAI with ChatGPT is kind of encroaching. I think that's making people nervous. Even Sundar Pichai had to do some meetings to figure out, hey, how do we fight this ChatGPT? Is it going to replace our search business? But I think Google is pretty safe. It's a fort they built, right? So again, the whole business of Google is the ad revenue, right? So the clicks. If you click on the ad, if you watch the ad, the whole thing revolves around servicing and selling the ads. Whereas, now these content creators are going beyond the ads, right? The merch is there, and then, they have the road shows that they're doing, which are very successful. A lot of the live road shows the YouTubers are doing. And now they're building in structures where people can perform the same trick shots that they did in a video. I think it's going to work. At least people are going to try it out. People are going to experience, similar to Disney, right? The Disney playbook. You got the media, you got the merch, and you got the whole the parks, right? The Disney parks, and in this case, you got the whole trick shot parks. I think it's going to work. Now they have to figure out the financials of it, how to make it entertaining, how to add new rides, which are pretty simple because they're going to do a new trick shot video and they're going to add that as a ride. They're going to add that as a component or module, so it's ever expansive, and they can go into different cities. So I think it would work. I think there is a need for it. People can relate to it. The thing with the YouTubers, the reason it works is you can kind of relate to them, the relatability. Anything that has been massively successful in the history of mankind is always has some sort of relatability to it, right? You can relate to it, right? You can relate to Jerry Seinfeld in his apartment in New York. And you're like, oh, you know what? Yeah, I'm like that. I do the similar things. The relatability, like George, what Larry does with Curb Your Enthusiasm, or these trick shots the frat guys doing, or college students, not just frat guys, college students doing. These are, then they did the wedding stereotype or the bunch of stereotype videos. Those were extremely successful. I loved it, like the restaurant and all that stereotypes, things like that. So the thing is the relatability. That's one of the things I worry about at times, that when you put too much money and too much corporate entities into it, oh, we got the $100 million this, we got a couple $100 million that, this and that. When there's too much of money amount, the relatability gets a little difficult. Like back in the days, Jerry Seinfeld is more relatable than today when he shows off his 500 car collection of exclusive Porsches and all that stuff. It's less relatable. But when I watch the Seinfeld show, it's so much more relatable. It feels natural, right? So the relatability with very high end, just because you pour $100 million doesn't mean your trick shot is going to get insane. Sure, it'll get insane to a certain level, but then human mind processing that insanity. Like, okay, that's too much. Yeah, I just want to see a simple trick shot. I don't want to do too much of insane thing. $100 million trick shot. That makes no sense to me, right? But this is the whole structure. This is the cost of the project, not just the one trick shot and the interactiveness. But this is, I think. Speaking of which, we are always saying, oh, okay, we need to bring manufacturing back to America. What's going to happen to the physical stores, the retail, the retail is dying, e-commerce. You know what? This is the future. This is how retail is going to come back. This is how interactive experience is going to come back. The theme park. It all went to the social media. The social media gets you out of your, actual social interaction, in person, human interaction. It puts you into the cell phone. But, we are all human beings. We want to experience in-person conversation, in-person things, right? So I think this is how it's going to come back. The malls are going to start partnering with the YouTubers, the content creators, to build interactive experience for their audience. And it's okay, I saw that video on TikTok, I'll try it out, sure. I think that's how it's going to be. A lot of interactiveness, a lot of entertainment is going to go into the retail sector. So it's not going to be a bunch of stores selling shoes and clothes and things like that. It's going to be a lot of interaction, so that component is coming, a lot of games, a lot of things. Now, when I say that, I think, if Mr. Beast wants to do similarly, this is going to put a lot of pressure on him because he needs to come up with something, This one thing, people, I think Gary Vee was talking about that, hey, they built their audience. First, they created the videos. They encouraged people to watch. They got the money. They built their audience. And the next thing, they're going to come up with their own line of products, right? They're going to have their burger, they're going to have their Prime, they're going to have their Happy Dad, they're going to have their all kinds of things, the cookies and the chocolates. Sure, the problem with that, sure, I understand that I would love to have the Beast Burger, right? I would love to try it out because I have never tried it and I have seen him so much. Sure, I would like to try it out, but I don't know whether that's going to get integrated into my life every day or every week or every few days, that, okay, instead of McDonald's, instead of other burgers, I just want to have the Beast Burger. I don't think that yet, unless it's an insane recipe. I don't know, that could happen, that people can just all be eating the Beast Burger or that chocolate, but people will try it out or keep it in their mind. But whether it's going to be a habit, that we don't know yet. That still needs to be seen. The other thing, but in this kind of setting where Dude Perfect is building an experiential theme park around their videos, around the trick shots, I think this is, you want to try it out a few times a year or once a year, whatever it is. This business, I think, is sustainable. It has the scalability because you do it. I think they're doing it in Dallas. Speaking of Dallas, there was one guy, there was a bodybuilder, actually. That bodybuilder did something similar. He wanted to build an experiential gym, and he named it Alpha Land. I don't remember his name, but I saw it in Aaron Marino when the guy, Alpha M guy, he went to that Alpha Land. And that's a gym. You got the stores. You got the workspace for the bodybuilders or the fitness trainers. It's kind of like he's trying to build a community of fitness enthusiasts, and trying to put it under one roof, kind of a mall for fitness people kind of thing. That, okay, instead of going to a mall doing shopping, you come here, you do workout, you do your thing, you buy protein shakes, you work with your clients, you bring them in. It's an experiential journey, the Alpha Land. I don't know how successful financially it is, but I think it should work. But they did it in Missouri City, Texas. And I think people are kind of looking into that. Okay, I'm into fitness. I got a fitness channel. Let me pour some money into building a gym. Right, these guys are building this theme park, like they're copying from Disney. Mr. Beast might build a casino or something in Vegas because his audience gets gigantic amount of money, so there's a lot of gambling going on, and he is a he knows about gambling. So I think maybe the whole Squid Games could be a Squid Games experience in real life. I'm sure people are going to try it out, like the escape rooms, things like that. So the experiential things are coming, and that's, I think, going to be a larger component of the YouTube economy, of the creator economy. I don't want to say just YouTube economy because they're also popular in these other places like TikToks and Instagrams and things like that. So it doesn't matter what social platform these creators are using, or they might be using all of them. but they're going to start to bring those in physical world. And that's basically, I think, going to be a lot of innovation in construction, a lot of innovative things going to come up. So, when we say, okay, we need to bring manufacturing back to America, or we need to bring, I don't think that's going to happen. Americans are not excited about, manufacturing back to America. Like, Americans need new things. We need creative new things. And we are very attached, whatever we watch, we're attached to those people. And if they build something in the physical world, we want to try it out, sure, right? So I think this is the first step, or one of the first few steps, but we're going to see a lot more of that. And this is the exciting time. Just not thinking just your video as an asset, but thinking as a community as an asset, and start building tools, products, theme parks, whatever you want to build out of that is going to be interesting. These guys are doing theme park. Beast is going to do the burger something, or some of his videos. I think Mr. Beast did the burger has nothing related to his videos, right? So the chocolates are not related to the videos. I think if he does something related to the videos, experience those in real life, I think that's going to be a lot more interesting, a lot crazier, that people are going to, hands on a hard body, right? That used to be a simple thing. You go to your local Chevy dealer, and that's how you get your truck. Now that became the hands on Lamborghinis and things like that, right? So the whole concept, and then 24-hour challenge of this and that, and you get an island. So I think those things that we see on YouTube and social media are coming to physical world, and that's going to be a big component of the creator economy moving forward. So thank you so much. Once again, thank you. Appreciate your support. Please subscribe. Please do subscribe. Thank you.